Hello everyone, it's Sullivan here, back with another bite-sized review, and today we're going to be talking about Overwatch 2. Now, I personally have mixed feelings about this game, but I'm just going to talk over the general stuff. Maybe you will like it, maybe you don't like it. And just to get this straight out of the gate, this game is practically the same as Overwatch 1, and I'm sure you've heard that before, but it's really no different. It's just a free version with more glorified microtransactions, and I would say that it's even worse than the original one with some of the stuff they're doing, but I want to just keep it simple and tell you the basic stuff. So without further ado, let's get started. So yeah, without further ado, here's a quick Overwatch of Overwatch. Here's a quick overview of Overwatch 2. Graphics and visuals. Overwatch 2 takes the visual style of its predecessor and amps it up with a slightly more detailed character models. That's really about it. With more detailed environments and improved animations, the graphics are vibrant and engaging with plenty of attention to detail, but don't really stray from the original game's graphics. Gameplay. The core gameplay remains largely unchanged from the original Overwatch, with teams of 6 facing off against each other in objective-based matches. However, Overwatch 2 introduces some new features such as PvE missions and hero talents, which add depth and variety to the experience. One of the biggest additions to Overwatch 2 is the inclusion of PvE missions, where players team up to take on AI-controlled enemies in cooperative gameplay. These missions offer a new way to experience the Overwatch universe and provide additional content for players to enjoy outside of the competitive multiplayer mode. Another new feature in Overwatch 2 is the introduction of hero talents, which allow players to customize their favorite heroes with the unique abilities and playstyles. This adds a layer of strategy to the game, as players can tailor their heroes to suit their preferred playstyle or adapt to the needs of their team. Every couple of seasons they add new characters, as usual, and they all have their own unique playstyles and abilities, like so. Overwatch 2 introduces new maps for both PvP and PvE modes. These maps are designed to provide engaging gameplay experiences while also serving as backdrops for the game's evolving story. From urban cityscapes to lush jungles, each map offers its own unique challenges and opportunities for players to explore. Overwatch 2 introduces a new progression system that allows players to level up their heroes and unlock cosmetic rewards. This system provides additional incentive for players to continue playing and mastering their favorite heroes, as well as a sense of accomplishment as they progress through the game. One of the most anticipated features of Overwatch 2 is crossplay, which will allow players on different platforms to play together. This opens up new possibilities for matchmaking and community building, as players will no longer be restricted by the platform they're playing on. While details are still scarce, Blizzard has hinted at improvements to the competitive mode in Overwatch 2. This includes changes to the ranking system, matchmaking algorithms, and overall balance to ensure a more fair and competitive experience for players at all skill levels. I will say, though, it is somewhat true, they are trying to improve the game, but a lot of the things that they think are improvements have been tainting the game's image and kind of killing the fan base in some sort of way. But overall, it's really sort of the same as Overwatch 1, but I will keep delving more into it. With the introduction of new heroes, maps, and gameplay mechanics, there's always a risk of balance issues arising. Blizzard will need to carefully monitor gameplay data and player feedback to ensure that all heroes remain visible and that no single strategy dominates the meta. While Blizzard has stated that all new heroes and maps will be available to all players, there may still be concerns about how the game will be monetized. Players will be interested in learning about any additional content, such as cosmetics or expansions, and how these will be priced or obtained. The success of Overwatch 2's PvE missions will depend heavily on their replayability. While the initial excitement of playing through new missions and experiencing everything is important, Blizzard will need to provide enough variety and challenge to keep the players coming back for more over the long term. Now, I don't think the PvE stuff is out now. I do believe they actually canceled it, but I did a little research on it, and I'm just saying some of the stuff that, you know, it was what it was going to be like, but I think they may or may not have canceled it, so I guess you can kind of just cut that part out of your memory. But, you know, moving on. The Overwatch community is passionate and vocal, and Blizzard will need to actively engage with player feedback to ensure that Overwatch meets the expectations of its fan base. Clear communication and transparency will be key in addressing concerns and implementing changes based on player input. As with any game, accessibility is crucial. Blizzard has an opportunity to make Overwatch 2 more accessible to a wider range of players by implementing features such as customizable controls, visual and auditory accessibility options, and robust tutorials to help new players get up to speed. While Blizzard has a reputation for polished and well-optimized games, technical performance will be a key concern, especially with the increased graphical fidelity and potential crossplay functionality. Players will be looking for smooth, stable performance across a variety of hardware, configurations, and platforms. With a growing emphasis on sustainability in the gaming industry, players may be interested in learning more about Blizzard's plans for Overwatch 2 in terms of their environmental impact, energy consumption, and ongoing support for the game's infrastructure. Overwatch has a strong esports presence, and Overwatch 2 has the potential to further solidify and expand this competitive scene. Blizzard will need to continue supporting esports initiatives, providing tools and resources for players and teams, and fostering a healthy competitive environment. As Overwatch 2 continues to evolve and more information becomes available, these aspects will likely become even more prominent in discussions and evaluations of the game. Overall, the success of Overwatch 2 will depend on Blizzard's ability to address these concerns while delivering a compelling and enjoyable gaming experience for players of all types. So overall, it's not really that different from Overwatch 1, but if you enjoyed Overwatch 1 or you've never played Overwatch 1 before, I would recommend this game. But a lot of the, I guess, terms of service guidelines are very strict. Even saying a simple swear in the chat can get you banned permanently. And I don't really agree with that kind of, you know, how do you put it? Look on the game. But, you know, I just would be careful with the kind of stuff you say on here because they're very strict about it, and I don't agree with it, but it is what it is. It's an overall good game, but Blizzard has been killing it with some of the things they're doing. If you want a more in-depth, you know, talk about it, you know, just search some videos of what Blizzard's doing. I'm sure you'll probably see them. But yeah, that about wraps up this bite-sized review. And yeah, overall, good game, bad sequel. Yeah, if you guys have any complaints about how I do my reviews or whatever, or you want to see something like specific, always leave a comment. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike. If you did, leave a like, and maybe even consider subscribing if you'd like. Anyways, this is Sullivan Glasser, signing out.